ahead, Dwayne.
Thank you. Kevin, two things. One, just your thoughts on the game. Obviously, a record 211 points. I know the guys have talked about trying to make it more competitive, but just your thoughts on the game itself.
Yeah, I mean, the shot making from the East was incredible. I mean, hard to play defense when somebody's shooting 30, 40 footers over you, you know. So, display of shooting tonight, great display of shooting tonight by them, and record 7 points is pretty cool.
Curious, the only other question I had after that is obviously guys are going into the second half of the season. Look like you're going to be healthy going into the Dallas came out big. What would that be moving forward and what you guys are trying to accomplish?
Yeah, it's a good test for us. They've been playing well lately, and they got some new additions to their team, which is going to challenge us. So it's a great game to start the second half of the season with.
Front row, center.
Ozzie Birdsell here with the Maroon Tiger at Morehouse College. This year, the league made even more changes to the Saturday night events. Do you think the league is doing a good job in making the events more entertaining for the fans?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the league is always looking out for the fans and trying to keep their interest high. You know, this All-Star Weekend been going on for a long, long time, so to keep people engaged is tough to do, you know. So I think they're doing the best job that they can. I mean, people are always excited for All-Star Weekend, and I think they do a great job of trying to keep everybody engaged the whole time.
Again, right in the front.
Hey, this is Nate Eckers, the Indy Star. KD, it's 20 straight All-Star appearances for LeBron. So just you've seen a lot of these from him. Just what appreciation do you have for kind of what it's taken out of him to sustain it at this age, at this late in the game?
Yeah, it's just testament to the hard work and the enthusiasm he has for the game of basketball. Obviously talented at everything on the floor, but I think anybody in any walk of life could pick up on his love and care for the game of basketball, his teammates, and just helping pushing the game forward. I mean, I think everybody can take from that and learn. And his story has been inspiring for the last 20 years.
Eric, fourth row on the right.
Hey, Kevin. You obviously got to play with Steph. You talked about the incredible shot making tonight. Just what have you seen from Dame pushing that distance further and further out as years have gone by?
Yeah, me and Kawhi was in awe of him shooting from the half-court line like it's a free throw, you know? And that's just strength, power, just muscle memory, you know? There's somebody who works extremely hard every day on their craft to be able to do that without flinching, you know? It was just normal, natural motion. So those are the supreme athletes, and it's good that we get to celebrate them on weekends like this. And it's pretty cool he bringing that All-Star Game MVP back to his hometown and back to his family.
Third row on the right. Go ahead.
Hey, Kevin, you guys are one of the tougher schedules remaining the rest of the way. I was wondering, are those conversations that you all have as a team, and what are you looking forward to learning most about your team through it?
No, we don't really necessarily talk about the strength of schedule. We respect every team regardless, and we try to focus on us as much as possible each night. So it's just about building our habits, getting better at what we already established, and pushing forward. And, you know, I think just playing against some of the teams that's going to be there at the end of the season is going to be a great test before we head to the playoffs.
Katie, James Wood, The Athletic. What do you think of the jump that Tyrese Halliburton has made this season and him finding that balance between going into kill mode and still being a team player?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a balance you always try to figure out each and every game. It may be something different, you know. And I think when he has the ball in his hands and he's controlling the game, coach can ask of anything from him to score or to get his teammates involved. I think he's up and ready to do anything coach asks of him. His teammates love him, fans love him. I'm excited to watch his career going forward because I know he's going to do some incredible things here in Indiana, but just for the game of basketball as a whole, you can tell he's one of those point guards that the next generation, probably kids that's in elementary school, middle school, will be looking up to, you know. So it's cool he got his opportunity and got his franchise to kind of run on his own.
Third row here on the left.
KD, over the years, the All-Star Game has evolved as a platform to really shed light on issues that need to be brought up. This year, it was a platform to really showcase women's empowerment with Steph and Sabrina.
Yeah.
Over the years, how have you seen the All-Star Game evolve into this platform where you can really bring to light issues that need to be brought to light?
Yeah, I just feel like, it's always been that way in the NBA, I think, and since the social media era, you know, probably start seeing more and more of it from each team. But I think a lot of guys in the past as well have stood up for things that they believe in, social issues in the league, and it's given us the confidence to go out there and do that as well in this generation. So we're only doing what we've seen the greats do before us, and they set a great example when it comes to that. And it's good that we have such a huge platform that this message can get out quick to anybody around the world.
KD, right here, sorry. Champ from ABS-CBN News. KD, you've experienced both formats, drafting your teammates and going back to the East and West Conference format. Which for you is better, which gives better intensity? You went back to the old format, and do you think you should go back to what you want?
I like the East and West. I like playing conference versus conference, and the traditional way is something I grew up on. And hopefully we go back to playing in our own jerseys too, but traditional way, the new, the way, the picking teams, all that stuff, it don't matter. I mean, it's all about the product on the court and celebrating the best players in the league at that moment.
Last question right in front of you.
KD, Kobe Skills, Morehouse College, Monroe Tiger. We talked about some of the older guys, we talked about some of the younger guys. But for you personally, what keeps you going, not only to make it to All-Star, but, make deep runs in the playoffs, and then, just what keeps you going every year?
I just love my job. I love getting up and doing what I do every day. It's just in my DNA at this point to just get up and hoop, So I enjoy every part of it. It's stressful times, no doubt, but I enjoy that too. I mean, obviously when I'm out of those stressful times, it's cool to look back and get better from those, but I just love everything about my job, and I want to do it as long as I can.
It has people more focused on their team than, an All-Star game.
Devin, I'm not sure if you already talked about the Steph versus Sabrina shootout, but what do you think of that? And do you think that the NBA could do, more of a job of incorporating WNBA elements?
Yeah, it's probably the event I heard about the most coming into the weekend. So, good job for them and the marketing behind it. And just the collaboration with the WNBA, I think is always something that's going to be good for both of our sports.
Look, I love the billboard of you on the building. What did you think about that? Can you tell me the inspiration from the photo?
Inspiration's a library. That's something I want to stand. The drop of the book one, something that, a lot of time, a lot of energy went into it. So to finally see it come to life and get to celebrate with the team and my family and everybody that made it come to life, it was a hell of a time.
Indianapolis really showed out this week. How did it compare to other All-Star weekends as far as how the city showed up?
What do you mean it showed up?
Fans, signage, you on the side of a building?
That was crazy. It was a great time.
What impressed you the most about the whole weekend?
Just the history and the legends that are in the building. So, I'm a big pay homage guy to the ones that come before you, and being in there with Bird, being in there at Reggie, in their home cities, their hometowns, man, it was a good time.
Could you feel the pride that this building showed towards basketball with all of that history in Indiana?
Yeah, I mean, I understand. I grew up in Michigan, right around the corner, so, I know the history runs deep here, and I used to grow up playing at Spiece, which was a gym that we used to always have a lot of tournaments in, so, I'm very familiar with it.
Devin, looking forward with the remainder of the season, look like Durant is getting on track to be back, and you guys will be healthy going into the remainder. How are you feeling about the season there compared to before?
Yeah, it's go time. It's time to turn it up a little bit and, just compete at the highest level. Like you said, remain to stay healthy, and, you just want to peak at the right time. You want to play the right basketball and just keep getting better and keep getting better before the playoffs.
Just in terms of this game, how do you reflect on what happened out there today?
It was a good time. I've seen a lot of smiles.
What are you trying to get away at? What are you trying to bounce?
Huh?
Are you trying to go somewhere after this?
Yeah, I'm trying to race all these other planes that are going to be on the tarmac. I ain't trying to get caught in that line.
What was it like to be with all your fellow UK alum and Coach Cal here tonight?
Coach Cal, Tyler Eulis, those guys hold a dear spot in my heart. Every time I come and play in Indiana during the season, Big Blue Nation always shows up and shows love. So it's cool to see Cal. I haven't seen him in a long time. Obviously, me and Tyler, we remain in contact, almost daily. So, seven guys from UK in the game. That's a pretty impressive stat.
something you're looking forward to just the second half of the season? Anything you want in your team specifically? You want to accomplish?
Just keep getting better, keep trusting each other, and building the chemistry. It's our first real year together. We just made some trades at the deadline, so getting the new guys acquainted, and so far so good. So, I'm happy with where we're at.
How do you feel after the event yesterday? Your shoe, just an intimate thing. How was it?
It was a great time. Family enjoyed themselves. I got my mom out the house. She usually never pulls up to anything, so a lot of smiles on people's faces, a lot of, just trying to take it all in, and, it's something that just hits me in waves. I continue working. I'm already working on the book too, but, we just want to sit here and, take in the first one first.
It's always a pleasure representing the Valley in the All-Star Weekend, right?
Hell yeah. That's the most important part. That's why I wanted to pay homage with these. Inspired by the All-Star game that was in Phoenix in 1995.
Do you think your team needs to be done to get to the finals?
I'm not trying to get there. I done did that already. I'm trying to finish it, but we just have to keep getting better. Simple as that.
Thank you.
Thanks, Book.
Appreciate you guys. Hook. Safe travels out of here.
Great shoes.